Good morning. Last week, I presented the basic of Vedic physics as enumerated in Sankhya philosophy. We started with how do we interpret the Vedic text and the terminology and its methodology. Then briefly explained Sankhya scripture described a 25 categories which are instrumental for a creation of matter and universe. And correlation of this with the modern physics is also illustrated with some example like ancient space travel, space station and its comparison with the modern science. Also briefly explained and touched upon the comparison of the kinetic energy and potential energy and laws of conservation of energy as described by the Sankhya philosophy and as well as in the and compared that with the modern science. Then also touched upon the Prakriti, energy, Shakti and power as per the Sankhya and as well as the modern science. And ancient concept of a subatomic particle creation is also presented and compared with the modern science. In this lecture, I would like to take little bit deeper aspect of this theory of creation as described in Vedas. So let me present with the slides and explain little more in detail. So I request you to kindly look at the slides carefully and also listen to my talk. As we looked into the earlier, these 25 elements of Sankhya, the creative process begins when Purusha joins the Prakriti and becomes established in it. Out of this process evolve, as you know, earlier explained, 24 principles, which are first is the Mahat, that is the great principle, then the Buddhi, the discriminating, reasoning and a causative intelligence. And third is Ahankara, that is ego principle. And fourth is Manas, the mind or the sixth sense. Then comes the Panchendriyas, then 5 Karmendriyas and 5 Tanmatras and 5 Mahabhutas. But these are the evolutes. The Mahat, that is a great one, is the first to emerge in this process of evolution. Mahat is a Prakriti or primordial nature in its dynamic aspect. From the Mahat evolves Buddhi and Manas. Buddhi is the principle of intelligence or discriminating awareness, and Manas is the mind stuff consisting of a pure consciousness. From Buddhi evolve Ahankara or the feeling of individuality and separation and the 5 Tanmatras of the sound, touch, smell, form or color and taste. Now, the rest of the principle arise from the Manas, which are the 5 senses, 5 organs of actions and 5 gross elements. Now, let us take a little deeper look into the most important element, the great element is the Mahat. Now, Sankhya says, Prakriti Mahan. Mahan is the derivation of this seed word Mahat. That was the first effect, the initial job done by Prakriti in initiating the process of creation. A modern science says that work is done by a transfer of energy, whereas Sankhya at Sloka 1/21 says that Adhikaryam, that is the initial work done by Prakriti, Mahat Karyam, that is called a Mahat. In other words, the Prakriti, that is read as energy, transferred or transformed itself to effect Mahat, which was the first work done. So it is interesting to note this another point where modern physics appears to be adopting Sankhya as a later, as already stated, such a transfer or transformation as a work is performed. No, till about few decades back, modern physicists began the subject of development of matter from the state of hydrogen atoms. They had unrevealed the process of atomic growth from hydrogen onwards within intensely hot oven that got created under the gravitational force inside the body of a hydrogen matter. But they remained clueless as to how the hydrogen atom came into being. They then conceived the hydrogen body as now being substituted by a primordial fireball, the phenomena also aptly described in the Vedas. The word Mahat is derived from the word Maha, which, as per the Sanskrit dictionary, means arose, to excite, or to exalt, as to arouse denotes to stir, to act, and Prakriti being inertial under its first attributes of existence in a state of rest, it could not do anything on its own. But Sankhya says it caused the birth of Mahat. Naturally, it means a communicate that Prakriti was made to or caused to be stirred into action, that is to take a rajas or a motion. It's a second attribute. As you know, the first attribute is sattva and second attribute is a rajas. How it is? By way of kshoba, a created, that is a stimulus caused in the process. The source of such a stimulus came from Purusha, which is the instrumental or efficient cause of the creation. Stimulus resulted in generation of sort of a pulsation or wave-like action, as there was no matter at that stage of existence. Stimulus came to be a cause through rise in temperature that is inherent in the Prakriti even in the state of rest. According to modern science, it is a state of being at or under absolute 0 degrees Kelvin. The temperature rise has affected the emotion. At this stage, first step of a quantum physics appeared. Quantum of Prakriti became operational and stimulus started expressing itself in the multiplicity of quantum unit both on the side of temperature as well as the wave motion. In the vast expanse of the Prakriti at rest, the stimulus caused a change in the part affected. In Vedic terminology, it was appearance of the Hiranyagarbha, the one having Agni germinating in its interior. Term Agni denotes the fire, temperature, radiation, and all that goes with these. Term Hiranyagarbha is a compound consists of two words, Hiranya and Garbha. That is, which holds Hiranya in its Garbha is a Hiranyagarbha. According to Satpat, the Hiranya is a light or temperature, while Garbha means Om or interior. Thus, which holds a light or the source of light germinating its interior is a Hiranyagarbha. Then Veda says that Hiranyagarbha sammartagre bhutasya jata jataha patireka asitta sa dadhara pratvihi duyamuto maya kasmi devaya havishya vidhema. This is from Rigveda 10, Mandala 10. Then here, what meaning of that is, Hiranyagarbha existed before everything else. It was sole master of whatever was to be materialized. It held the earth as well as the entire illuminated one called a Ka. We provide to denote our very self and all that goes with it. Vedas state that this universe gets created conforming to the design or a plan. Plan is conceived in by totality of wisdom and dynamism named a Purusha. The creative system has not come into effect through the free combination of circumstances. The supreme intelligence and wisdom is instrumental both in its plan and execution. It is not one time event but keeps on repeating it on eternal basis in a cyclic occurrence. Vedic Hiranyagarbha is a future state where in the later term a Garbha literally means a Om, a speaks volumes. A literally translated it means one being the fetus of a light in the Om or a interior. No doubt that a modern quantum physics are right that Big Bang cannot be the beginning of the universe. They do not contest the occurrence of the event, but they maintain that a quantum nature of energy working force is the conclusion that inception must have taken place earlier at a strike level, which ultimately grew into the huge size at the time of Big Bang. But the Veda, which puts graphically and resolve the two schools of modern physics, metaphorically speaking, seed or semen, or to be more specific, that is spermatozoon of a light rose to imaginary ovary of Prakriti when Purusha willed a rise in the inherent absolute zero temperature, effecting a conception which germinated as a zygote of light. The temperature kept on rising and zygote kept on growing until it emerged with a Big Bang. According to Veda, the creative process gets initiated and runs according to the plan which has been designed by a supreme being. This plan is eternal as a Purusha in each cycle of creation initiate the process accordance with it, which finally culminates in development of entire universe. During the period when universe is no more on account of pralaya or dissolution, plan remain in a state of a causation with Purusha. Veda states that Yatha Purva Akalpayat. In the cosmos, that is, the cosmos was created as per its a precedent. Prakriti required to transformed into the almost innumerable forms for the creation of a cosmic system. This process gets initiated at a Hiranyagarbha stage with the formation of subatomic particles. As the interior of Hiranyagarbha begins to develop into a furnace energy under the influence of rising heat and temperature goes on getting more and more excited on the run. The leptons get manifested with intensity of temperature going very high. Protons and neutrons also appear. In the whirl of this, their action, reaction, and interactions get determined and causing more and more particles to materialize. Such a matter and antimatter particles also get collided, resulting in total annihilation of both. On the other hand, the collision between the proton and neutron affect their fusion in the form of a deuteron. These action and reaction and interaction form the basis of a development of atomic chemistry, but that takes place after Hiranyagarbha burst forth in the Big Bang and radiates its interior all over, initiating the next stage of creation. All of this described in detail in Veda 10th Mandala. The manifestation of such instinctive behavior pattern in the particles formed, which would mature at later stage of atomic and molecular formations, is an indication of intelligence input getting ingrained in the process of a creation. That is why term Mahat is also interpreted as the Buddhi Tattva or elements of intelligence. The Sutra 1 verse 71 of treatise part mentioned above in full reads as Mahadakyam Dvayakartah Tanmanaha Mahadakyam Dvayakarmakaryam Tanmanaha. Here it means that initial work of Prakriti is called Mahat, which is based on intelligence process. This sutra, what Sankhya is saying, that transformation was done on intelligent basis. Intelligent is not a material product, it is a wisdom. And in the present case, it is a divine wisdom, a Purusha. Term Mahat further reveals that transformation was a huge. Veda names this first output up by Prakriti by way of transformation as a Ka. The term Ka denotes so many things, but here it communicates light, including its splendor and heat. Veda calls creation a kavya, a poetry or verse of a creator. Ka indicates the material. An example given below, some of the mantras, suktas, which give the significance of Ka. Sukta in Sankhya says, Hiranyagarbha Sammartagre Bhutasya Jataha Patireka Asit Sat Dadhara Prithvi Dayumutermam Kasmi Devaya Havisaha Videmaha. The term meaning is Hiranyagarbha, initial pregnancy of Prakriti, so named by Veda, which grew into what a modern science calls as a pyramidal fireball, that is Sammartagre, which come into existence in the beginning, that is Ekaha Patiha Asit. It was the sole master of Bhutasya Jataha. Whatever come to born, Sadadhara Prithvim, it held within itself the earth-like planets. Then Deyamute Mam, and this entire stellar world, Kasmai Devaha, for what illuminated one. Ka is a Havisha Videma. We offer our respectful oblation. The summary of meaning is of this mantra says that very first transformation of Prakriti that came to manifest was in the form of pyramidal fireball. It was the master or the processor of all that was to manifest. The content that subsequently produced the stellar world and earth-like planets were solely held by it. To heat, held by it, and to that which is called as a Ka, respective oblations are offered. Similarly, mantra in Rigveda also highlights the significance of Ka with reference to creation of this universe. Sankhya enumerating various elements which cause the manifestation of the universe. Prakritera Mahan, Mahato Ahankaraha. That is, Prakriti caused Mahat, which in turn caused Ahankara. Mahan and Mahata are simply a variation of Mahat in a different cases. From Mahat or Hiranyagarbha or pyramidal fireball of modern science, the second state called is Ahankara, that is emerged. It denotes the sense of I-ness. The meaning of Ahankara in Sankhya is something deeper and significant than normally considered as ego. In the world of human beings, each person use the term I for his or her own self, making it clear distinction between him or her to another individual. Hence, each unit of creation enjoys its individuality among the whole mass of physical existence. So, every object, every creation is a unique piece. It has similarities, but in its own right, it stands as an original individual piece without another a same. That is how two thumb impressions are not the same. Coming to the world of physics, the scientific researchers confirm this state of creation all over. Governing rule of the same, even the atom have an originality of their own. The spectra of different atoms reveal their lines which indicate the energy spacing of respective atoms which consider their characteristic individually, or we may say fingerprint of atoms by which it may be identified as spectrographically. Similar way, as per the Sankhya, Ahankara is identity mark of a creation. Sankhya, while presenting the Vedic physics, relates this identity mark to denote enormous multiplicity of material relation from irradiation and particles that emerged with Big Bang of Mahat. Nobody has summed up the creation so exhaustively in a single term since Kapila, the author of the Sankhya. In short, Ahankara covers the entire range of creation, its past, present, and future. Hence, a Sankhya completes its story in just 3 words: Prakriti, Mahat, and Ahankara. Bracketed together with Purusha, hold this a bracket as a bracket section. As we have seen earlier, the Veda says the materialization on account of a rise in heat. How this could happen? Let us look at to the Rig Veda quote. Radham cha satyam cha. It is a famous Rig Veda quote. In this sukta, process of creation has been described in an abbreviated manner. It begins with manifestation of Rat and Satya. To understand how materialization resulted on account of the generation of heat, we need to analyze two nouns, that is Rat and Satya. Rat derived from the root R, that is meaning of that is Gati, that is emotion. It literally means emotion, but it is a caution that unlike English, it cannot be taken in literal sense only, but shall be pointed to cover a 3 domains in its expression. What are those 3 domains? They being, one is Jnana, Gamana, and Prapti. The knowledge, motion, and reach or accomplish it. It is in a totality. It could be collectively or severally as the case may be. Veda states emergence of Rat to be initiation of process of creation. Prakriti from the state of mere existence under the first attribute has undergone change by way of a second attribute, that is a Rajasa. 3 attributes, all of us aware of it, that is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. A motion emerging and coming into play by this Rajas. Let us compare this with a modern science. In scientific terminology, Prakriti or energy at rest changed to a kinetic energy by Rajas. Hence, Vedic term Rat is for a modern science of kinetic energy. But Vedic term Rat does not mean only motion, but reveals that motion is charged with a knowledge of accomplishing some purpose. So, Rath revealed the whole world, that is the creation. Maintenance, the Rath revealed the whole world, a creation, maintenance, transformation in the most efficient and orderly manner, and it is always right. It appears that English word right derived from the Vedic term of Rath. Rath is all science, divine. Rath is never be wrong. Rath invariably follows a creative process or a plan. If motion happens, it takes into a correct process. So, what is dharma as per the Veda? Rath, through its constant motion, lays down the pattern of cosmic laws, which governs, controls, and maintains all creation and entire activity. Action and reactions and related to the same. This cosmic law is called a dharma by the Veda. It must be clearly understood here, dharma is a science, nothing but a science, most certainly not a religion in the Vedic context. If you apply etymology principle here, noun dharma from the root dhar conveys the meaning of that which holds, maintains existence and continuance in both universal and individual sense. Like any scientific term, there cannot be two dharmas on any given point or under any given circumstances. Like a science, dharma can never be at a cross purpose. Dharma is neither any worship or any ritual. Science is the knowledge of the order, and dharma is the order itself. For this reason, dharma is synonymous with the nature of motion of things and the reaction and interaction. Course of time, conventionally, a dharma was taken it to mean as a religion. By this, stripped off it's a scientific wisdom. That is the unfortunate aspect of it. Religion is the perception and interpretation given by the individual. However saintly or great he might be, because of individual limitations, they cannot be equal to Purusha. Purusha is the creator of a dharma. Individuals cannot at best perceive the dharma, interpret it at the best. What he can do is at the best he can perceive the dharma, interpret it for others, but such interpretation is open to examination. So far we have examined energy. Let us look into another Vedic term for a matter. What is the meaning of Vedic term Satya? You have seen an earlier Veda's quote, the two words involved, Rath and Satya. Rath creates a field of its motion or activity for the creation of Satya, that is a matter. Noun Satya means truth, also means a reality. Very nomenclature is the proof enough to reveal that Veda declares the material universe to be a real, vigorously active, superbly organized, wholesome system. Certainly it is not an illusion, neither a dream or form which does not exist in a real term. Now let us look into the word Maya in creation. One of the Vedic scientists wrote in his book, one of the great Acharya interpreted in a spiritual text, this world of creation is a Maya. They call this Jagat, a universe in motion, as a mithya, unreal. It appears that confusion arose on the interpretation of Maya, which, due to constantly changing state of things, and affairs in the material world has conveniently got accepted to mean a illusion. This was a interpretation by the great Acharya on a spiritual aspect of it or philosophical aspect of it. But when it comes to creation, when it comes to science, it has got a different meaning. Creation of illusion is a Maya as mind feels appreciation or soulless sensitivity. But while trying to perceive a scientific line, it is objective analysis or perception which pays and not the subjective approach. Maya include the knowledge to assume some form which may be subjected to a measurement. When some entity which formless demonstrate the knowledge of assumption to some form subject to measurement, the gainful employment of such a knowledge is a Maya. Dictionary use the word wisdom to state the same meaning of Maya. So another Sanskrit term related to the creation is, as I explained, of course, is a Maya. A traditionally much maligned and misunderstood is a Maya essentially depicts the physical aspect of creation. Term Maya clarifies the scientific meaning contained in attribute tamas. It is derived from the root ma to measure a mark of, meet out. Essentially, it denotes a some form of or assumption of form as same in object of measure or measure communicates space, time and boundary. So according to the Veda, the manifestation of Maya is the domain of the influence of third attribute, that is the tamas, which has come to fore in the respect of a prakriti, the energy part of which beginning with a state of sattva, that is existence. Having attained the motion under the state of rajas, motion finally moved in a top gear related to the creation of matter by way of transformation into numerous forms, thereby bringing about a manifestation, maintenance, and the process of an instant change on account of its eternal motion. Hence, word Maya could be understood in scientific plane as stated earlier, knowledge that charge the conserved prakriti from its state of formless existence to the final state of transformation into material form is the play of work named a Maya. Veda brought a transformational change in thinking of study of the modern physics. Let us look into this. Until Albert Einstein brought into focus with a formula of E is equal to mc square and declared that matter is energy transferred. Same thing was declared by Veda much earlier to his findings. That was explained earlier. Till Einstein finding its transformation, study of physics in the West was a study of earlier, before the Einstein finding this energy equation or transformation energy, and physics was the study of energy and matter and their interactions. So as explained before, invention of this mathematical relationship or the equations by the Einstein, in a West, the study of physics was considered is the study of energy and matter and their interactions only. Now let us stop here at this moment and for this with this lecture and take forward further in the next coming class. Thank you for watching this week lecture program in this forum. Whatever presented here, as stated earlier, the data I have used from the Vedic scientists, researchers, and authors who have brought their work to the public domain. One of the greatest author is the Keshav Dev Verma. He has authored very good, excellently bringing out Vedas and interpretation into physics subject. So I have used extensively data from his work as well as from others, researchers in the presentation. Main objective here is to disseminate ancient Indian knowledge across the globe. That is the main object of this forum. Hence, I would like to thank all the authors, all the researchers who have contributed to this domain and wealth of data made available in the public domain for people to refer, understand, do research, and take it forward. So, with thanking them, I would like to thank you, all of you, for watching this program. Probably we'll take a little more deep on the subject of creation in the next class, and look forward to next lecture, and look forward to meet you there. Thanks a lot for watching this program.